Have you ever reached a point where you realized that the hardest lessons in life didn't come from failure, but from people? Not because they hated you, but because they slowly revealed who they truly were. If you've ever experienced betrayal, disappointment, or the feeling that you no longer fit in with the people around you, then you're not alone. And for many Sigma personalities, this isn't just another challenge. It's a turning point that changes everything. The painful truth is that every Sigma eventually faces a lesson no one prepares them for. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens quietly. One conversation feels different. One friendship begins to fade. One person you trusted suddenly changes. At first, you tell yourself you're overthinking it. You make excuses. You try to understand everyone else's perspective. But eventually, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. You begin to realize that not everyone celebrates your growth. Not everyone values your loyalty, and not everyone deserves unlimited access to your time, energy, or trust. It's a painful realization because you never wanted life to be that way. You simply expected people to treat you with the same honesty and respect that you gave them. But here's what makes this lesson so powerful. It doesn't make a Sigma bitter, it makes them wiser. Instead of chasing approval, they begin chasing purpose. Instead of trying to fit into every group, they become comfortable standing alone. Instead of wasting energy on people who constantly create drama, they invest that energy into becoming stronger, calmer, and more disciplined. Psychology tells us that the greatest personal growth often begins with discomfort. The experiences that hurt the most are often the ones that teach us the most valuable lessons. That's why many Sigma men don't become emotionally strong because life was easy. They become strong because life forced them to see reality without illusions. In today's video, we're going to explore the painful lessons that every Sigma eventually faces. Some of these truths may be difficult to hear. Others may explain experiences you've been trying to understand for years. And the final lesson is the one almost every Sigma wishes they had learned much earlier. Because once you truly understand it, the way you see people and yourself will never be the same again. Before we begin, if you enjoy videos about Sigma psychology, human behavior, and powerful self-improvement, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Now, let's uncover the painful lesson every Sigma eventually faces, and why it may be the very thing that makes you stronger than ever before. The people you trust the most can hurt you the most. One of the most painful lessons every Sigma eventually faces is realizing that the deepest wounds rarely come from strangers. They come from the people you trusted the most. In the beginning, it's easy to believe that loyalty, honesty, and respect will naturally be returned if you offer them to others. You invest your time, support people during difficult moments, and expect that same commitment when life becomes challenging for you. Unfortunately, reality doesn't always work that way. As time passes, you begin noticing that not everyone values loyalty the same way. Some people appreciate you only when you are useful. Others remain close only while they benefit from your kindness, your attention, or your success. The moment your priorities change or you stop giving endlessly, their attitude changes as well. At first, this realization is difficult to accept because you want to believe that genuine relationships are built on mutual respect. A Sigma eventually learns that trust should never be based only on words. Promises sound convincing, but actions reveal the truth. Consistency matters far more than beautiful speeches. Instead of blindly trusting everyone, you begin watching how people behave when they have nothing to gain from you. That's when their true character becomes visible. Although this lesson is painful, it also becomes one of the most valuable. It teaches you to protect your energy, choose your relationships carefully, and stop confusing familiarity with loyalty. The strongest people aren't those who trust everyone. They're the ones who know exactly who deserves their trust. Not everyone will celebrate your growth. Another painful lesson that every Sigma eventually discovers is that your personal growth won't make everyone happy. In the beginning, people may encourage your dreams and tell you they hope you succeed. They celebrate your first small victories and enjoy watching your progress. But as your improvement becomes impossible to ignore, something unexpected begins to happen. The support slowly fades. Some people become quieter whenever you talk about your goals. Others begin making jokes about your discipline or questioning your decisions. A few may even try to convince you that you're changing too much. At first, you may think they're simply giving honest advice, but over time, you realize their discomfort has very little to do with you. Your growth reminds them of the opportunities they ignored and the goals they never pursued. A Sigma learns that success doesn't just reveal your potential, it reveals the true intentions of the people around you. Genuine supporters become proud of your achievements because they care about your happiness. The wrong people become uncomfortable because your progress highlights their own lack of action. This lesson doesn't mean you should become suspicious of everyone. It simply teaches you to recognize the difference between encouragement and genuine support. The people who truly belong in your life will never ask you to become smaller just to make them feel bigger. They'll celebrate your victories, challenge you to keep improving, and remain by your side even when your success surpasses their own. Once you understand this truth, you stop chasing everyone's approval and begin focusing only on the people who genuinely want to see you win. Your kindness will be mistaken for weakness. Many Sigma men begin their journey believing that kindness is enough to earn respect. They treat people fairly, offer help without expecting anything in return, and avoid unnecessary conflict whenever possible. At first, this seems like the right way to live, but sooner or later, reality teaches a painful lesson. Not everyone sees kindness as a strength. Some people see it as an opportunity. The moment people realize you're patient and understanding, a few will begin asking for more than they should. They expect you to always be available, always forgive, and always put their needs before your own. If you continue saying yes to everything, they slowly stop appreciating your kindness and start expecting it. What once made you respected becomes something they take for granted. A Sigma eventually realizes that kindness without boundaries is often misunderstood. Being a good person doesn't mean accepting disrespect, tolerating manipulation, or sacrificing your own peace just to keep others happy. Real kindness includes self respect. It means helping when you genuinely can, but also knowing when to walk away from people who only take and never give. This lesson changes everything. Instead of trying to please everyone, you begin choosing where your energy goes. You stop apologizing for saying no and stop feeling guilty for protecting your time. Ironically, the moment you value yourself more, other people begin respecting you more as well. True strength isn't about becoming cold or heartless. It's about staying kind while refusing to let your kindness become your weakness. You'll outgrow people you never expected to leave. Growth is exciting, but it comes with a price that very few people talk about. As a Sigma becomes more disciplined, focused, and emotionally mature, they often discover that some relationships no longer fit the person they're becoming. The people you laughed with for years may suddenly feel distant. Conversations become forced, and the connection that once felt natural slowly disappears. At first, this feels heartbreaking. You wonder if you've changed too much or if you somehow caused the distance. But the truth is much simpler. Growth changes priorities. The things that once excited you no longer interest you. You become more focused on purpose than entertainment, more interested in meaningful conversations than endless gossip, and more protective of your time than ever before. Not everyone is willing to grow with you. Some people prefer the old version of you because it made them feel comfortable. They miss the person who always agreed, always stayed the same, and never challenged the way things were. When you begin raising your standards, they may slowly drift away. A Sigma eventually accepts that every chapter of life introduces different people. Some relationships are meant to last forever, while others exist only to teach valuable lessons. Letting go isn't always a sign of failure. Sometimes it's proof that you're moving in the right direction. Although losing people is painful, making room for healthier relationships is one of the greatest rewards of personal growth. Being understood is a luxury, not a guarantee. One of the most frustrating lessons every Sigma eventually learns is that not everyone will understand you, no matter how honest your intentions are. You may explain yourself clearly, act with respect, and treat people fairly, yet they'll still create their own version of who you are. Some will mistake your silence for arrogance. Others will assume you're unfriendly, simply because you enjoy your own company. A few may even believe you're hiding something, because you don't constantly share your thoughts. The reality is that people often judge what they don't understand. At first, a Sigma wastes energy trying to correct every misunderstanding. You explain your choices, defend your actions, and hope people will finally see the real you. But after enough experiences, you realize something important. People don't always see reality. They see it through their own experiences, fears, and expectations. This realization is surprisingly freeing. Instead of trying to control every opinion, you begin focusing on living according to your values. You understand that your character is built by your actions, not by rumors or assumptions. The people who genuinely matter will take the time to know you. Everyone else will believe whatever they choose. Learning to accept being misunderstood isn't easy, but it brings a level of peace that constant explanation never could. The moment you stop chasing everyone's approval is the moment you begin living with complete authenticity. The more you protect your peace, the fewer people stay. One of the most unexpected lessons every Sigma eventually faces is that protecting your peace comes with a cost. At first, you think setting healthy boundaries will improve your relationships. You believe that people will respect your honesty, understand your need for personal space, and appreciate the fact that you're trying to build a calmer life. But reality often looks very different. The moment you stop saying yes to everything, some people begin acting differently. They become frustrated when you're no longer available whenever they call. They question your decisions when you choose your goals over unnecessary drama. Some even accuse you of changing, becoming distant, or thinking you're better than everyone else. The truth is, you've simply stopped sacrificing your peace to make other people comfortable. A Sigma eventually realizes that boundaries don't push good people away. They expose the people who benefited from having no boundaries in the first place. Those who genuinely care about you will respect your time, your energy, and your decisions. They won't make you feel guilty for choosing your own well being. Instead, they'll support the healthier version of you. This lesson is painful because it often means watching familiar faces slowly disappear. But over time, you understand that losing people who only valued your availability is not a loss at all. It's freedom. Every boundary you set creates space for healthier relationships, stronger self respect, and a quieter, more meaningful life. The people who are meant to stay will never ask you to destroy your peace just to keep them happy. No one will build your life for you. The most painful lesson every Sigma eventually learns is also the one that changes everything. No one is coming to build your future for you. No friend, no mentor, no relationship, and no lucky opportunity can replace the work that only you can do. It's a difficult truth because at some point, everyone hopes that life will suddenly become easier or that someone will appear with the perfect solution. But life doesn't reward waiting, it rewards action. Every successful person reaches a moment when they stop expecting rescue and start taking complete responsibility for their future. A Sigma learns that excuses, fear, and procrastination may feel comfortable today, but they quietly steal tomorrow's opportunities. The life you want is built through small daily decisions, not through perfect circumstances. This realization changes the way you think. You stop blaming the past, stop waiting for the right moment, and stop depending on other people's approval. Instead, you focus on the one thing you truly control, your own actions. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow stronger. Every failure becomes a lesson instead of an excuse to quit. The painful truth is that no one can live your life for you. But that's also the most empowering truth you'll ever discover. Because if no one else controls your future, it means you do. So the next time life tests you, remember this. Every difficult lesson is preparing you for a stronger version of yourself. The pain won't last forever, but the wisdom you gain from it will stay with you for the rest of your life. If this video spoke to you, let us know in the comments which lesson hit you the hardest. And if you want more videos about Sigma psychology, human behavior, and self-improvement, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next upload. Thanks for watching, and remember, the hardest lessons often create the strongest people.